Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining me tonight. I am going to be talking about love on stage. I've been talking about that I was going to be doing this for a while, but you know me, I got to get some things going. So I had to do a lot of changes going on, but I am joined by my friend Tawana. We were hanging out one day, and she saw my phone, and she was like, you have the Kev on Stage app. And I said, yeah, I got the Kev on Stage app. You know I do. And she said, I love them. And I said,
Yes.
girl, Love on Stage is coming back. So I asked her to join me.
Couldn't wait.
Yes, let's get into it. So Tawana, first of all, what did you think about season one?
Season one, I think was great. I'm very excited for the outcome for Robert and Bria. Like when I first saw them, and just how Robert was twisting in his chair when talking to Bria, it was so sweet. Very, very genuine. You could tell that he was interested in her from the door.
From the door.
Yeah.
When he spoke about, well, I'm sorry, when Bria spoke about being somebody to be excited about her.
Mm-hmm.
And then, sometimes we as women, we don't really know what that means. And like Robert literally showed us
Yes.
that.
Absolutely.
He showed us exactly what that means to be excited about somebody. And I just loved that. Everybody's just so happy for them. And I appreciate this show because there's all of these other reality shows, all these other dating shows.
Oh
And
my
listen,
gosh.
her first season, she had three couples, and one out of the three are success. That's
Our
huge.
success. That's big.
I think that's
That
big.
is big. Yeah.
And for Black creators too,
Mm-hmm.
that's a huge
Yeah.
feat. I'm very proud of her. So we're in season two. Season one was in Houston. Season two is in Atlanta, here in Atlanta.
Right.
And season two, the men chose. Season one, the ladies
The
chose.
ladies chose. Yeah.
Tawana and I think maybe in a couple weeks we might do like a recap. I've been thinking about it, how I'm gonna do this. Maybe we'll do a recap of season one for you guys and talk about that. And
Yes, because I have a lot to say about season one.
Yeah,
I'm still mad at Jesus.
right. We were just talking about that off stage, y'all.
I am still mad at him.
I'm still mad at him. There's some suspicious things that
reckless eyeballing that threw me. I was like,
oh my gosh,
reckless eyeballing, girl. I won't say what I said on here.
Yes. Okay, so one of my favorite comedians is Ron G. A lot of people that don't know him, but they know Kevin Melissa.
Yeah.
I was like, he's great. Like this is him. This is fun. Is that what we're doing out here?
Right.
Is that
reckless eyeballing?
So you just don't want to. So you just think that telling a woman she's pretty, telling a woman that just looking at a woman is reckless eyeballing?
Man, that wasn't a red flag. That was a red blanket.
That was a red blanket.
Yes.
Honestly, I think I'm more. We haven't even gotten to the main show yet, girl.
Right.
We definitely gonna have to do a recap of season one because what I decided to do was just go into the dates, but maybe we'll also talk about how Melissa and her team choose the couples and everything, and we'll do maybe a recap of season one through three of season two as well, because a lot of people don't know how these dates are. Like, these people really agonize over it, and it's the stage crew. If you are a stage crew member, you get to vote, and you really want well for these people. You really
Yeah.
want love. Um, I say all this to say I actually think I'm more mad at Walter because at least
Really?
Jesus, we knew something was up from the giddy up. We knew from the jump,
Right.
and everybody. I just thought Walter, from the outside looking in, he may not be a good fit. 4 kids, he's older, all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
But and I thought there might be something up, but I'm not sure what. And then
Right.
now we know just the abundance of just trash. It was just, yeah,
Yeah.
and lies.
Yeah.
So I just feel like Jesus, like he showed his card. Like he's not somebody that has that can fake it. Like, yeah. So
Yeah. And I think he comes off like he's used to women chasing him,
and throwing themselves at him.
to, pursue him.
Right.
Where Aries is, kind of laid back, like, I'm not going to rush into this.
Mm-mm.
Let me see what this is all about. Let me see when he going to take his mask off, which I think he kind of took his mask off early on.
That's what I mean. So
I think,
so he went through the whole process, but I feel like this by the second date there was an unmasking,
hmm yeah, he was
and
starting to unravel.
right, and we can talk about, maybe that's what we'll do, have a conversation about men and this unmasking that they do, that they can't hide it, they can't fake it, they just
Ooh, I'll need some wine for that one.
okay. Y'all, let's get into it. So
Okay.
um y'all know how I like to do my graphics. Sometimes I'm more successful than others, but
It's
so
okay.
so So Melissa Fredericks came on Stage Studios, a wife of 19 years. She's getting into her own ventures, her own producing, and it's so funny because Kev said he just wanted somebody else to talk to. He tried to put like on Facebook and other stuff. He tried to say Melissa Frederick. He tried to do other stuff, and Mrs. Kev on Stage is the only thing that would work. So
It makes sense.
it makes sense, and she has made such a huge success out of it.
Yeah.
So um love on stage, and I love their relationship. It's funny,
Yeah.
and it's so endearing, and it gives us hope. It gives
Now, did you listen to her podcast, The Love Hour?
Yes, I've listened to most episodes.
I loved
Yes,
it.
I
I'm sad
love
that it ended.
I am too, but I understand people,
Yeah.
you gotta grow and you gotta
Yeah.
keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the three couples, y'all. So we're gonna actually go back to front. We are gonna save Crystal and James for last, and when you see why, you'll see why. You'll see why. My slides might be out of sequence, but bear with me. So, and I literally just remembered that I think I put James and Crystal's slide up top, but that's okay. We are still gonna start with Tremaine and Sharita. So the 1573 is how many votes they got. Uh, she goes to the beat of her own drum. I'm gonna have a couple slides later on about how many different looks she does. She just
Yeah.
loves to be creative with her style, and I love it. And so, what do you think of Jane? What do you think of Tremaine?
Tremaine, I think, well, he calls himself a nerd, which is, I can definitely agree with that. But he's got charm to him.
Mhm.
It appears that he is a gentleman, and that, he likes to have fun.
I think he knows he has this quirky sense of humor,
Hmm.
and he knows he needs somebody to be able to, like, and I hate to say deal with him, but he has a different type of sense of
Right.
humor,
Hmm.
and you can't be what do you call it, uh, e- easy to offend. You have to,
Right.
or just, you have to have a light sense of humor with him.
Yeah.
So, but I liked him. Okay, what did you think of Nate and Chandra?
Hmm. Well, I think Chandra, She was excited because I think she had her eye on Nate. Like, I think she was hoping to get paired up with Nate. I don't think Nate was hoping the same thing.
Mm. So Tawana's thinking of talking about, you see that it says 1127 votes, 1100 votes. Um, the voting was very close, y'all. The voting was, I think it was like about 130.
107?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
vote. Um,
between Chandra and somebody else.
right.
But I mean, I'm not going to say that, well, maybe he was disappointed, but I just think he was hoping that it was who he really wanted to match up with. I mean, I don't know. He just didn't seem like, oh, who thank God it's you.
Right.
That type of, and like the body language expert said that. He
Mhm.
mentioned that, like, you could tell, that it wasn't like, I guess, what he was hoping for, but he's not going to be rude and be like, I got this one. You know what
Mhm.
I mean?
Exactly. He's not going to be rude about it, but I think he did honestly from the first season we had Walter and Sherelle, and
Uh-huh.
they both had that same type of reaction that he was like, "Okay, okay."
We'll,
you know,
we'll give it a try. Yeah.
right, that type of thing. And
But
now,
yeah. But
yeah,
even during, like, because I voted, and I honestly can't remember who I voted for Nate, but I remember having a difficult time choosing for him
I did too.
because I just didn't feel like anybody would be a good fit for him,
Hmm.
right? Because his children are grown. He didn't mind dating someone with kids, but if their kids were grown, like, I think, like he said, the youngest maybe 16 or 17,
Right,
because they're almost through high school
and they're on their way out.
and on to the next phase in their young adult life.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think Chandra, she has a younger child, right? She has one.
Yeah, I thought she had 3 kids.
She has 3 kids, but it's one, I think one is
One
younger.
is still in high school, but I think just entering high school, I think.
Okay, but that's
Don't
okay
quote
for
me on.
him.
No, it's not okay for him because he specifically said,
Right, that's right. He wants
you
somebody on their
know,
way
uh,
out.
older. Like, he wouldn't mind, like, if they were further along in high school, maybe
Mhm.
even in their senior year.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know?
and we're gonna see, um, when we talk about their interactions, when we talk about their date, you guys are gonna see just the looks, and they have, a coach on there, just a body language coach, which is
Hmm.
a great idea.
Which is key. Yeah.
And that's what Tawana's talking about. The way he was like, okay, he was happy, but he wasn't super excited.
Yeah.
And you will know when somebody's like excited to meet you and excited to, get to know you. So
Yeah.
right. And then Crystal, I love her. I love her name already. I love her already.
Of
And
course. How could you not?
right, spell her name. But it was a landslide.
Yes.
2,249 votes for Crystal and James.
Yes.
And I love how excited she was about,
Hmm.
she literally bring me James, hashtag bring me James.
Yes.
What did you think about them? What did you think about just their interaction?
They made me excited. Like,
Yeah.
I am genuinely excited for them. Like, this is starting off great, right? Like, he sent her on a homework assignment, if you will,
Yes.
and to pick up these beautiful flowers. I was like, oh, that is so sweet.
And unprovoked, like that is so sweet. We're gonna get into it, y'all.
Yes.
Let's get into it. And actually, I think yes. So before we get into the dates, the R&B. So when we were talking about earlier, Melissa, this is her first soiree into a dating show, a reality dating show, and she has a successful couple.
Hmm.
This is Robert and Bria, and that this is them with the dating coach, but they met on Love on Stage, and now they're
Yes.
married. And I think like next month they're getting married very soon. I thought I saw a post.
I think it's in September, I think.
Oh, okay, I thought it said like 55 days. So yeah, getting
Yeah.
very soon.
Yeah.
And he's rebranding her the for the love of BJ.
Yeah.
So
For the love
changing
of
the
DJ.
branding of her. She's a clothing designer, and I think she's also a veterinarian. He works for NASA. But
Yeah.
you see how she got this finger up? And you know how we were saying, "Bring me James." She was like,
Yes.
right there, and she
Yeah.
did it right there.
Right
Bring me
there.
that one right here. That's the one I want right there.
Yes.
I When we do our recap of season one, Robert took off when
He
he
sure did. He sure did. I mean, he just started running. There
yeah,
was no slowing him down. He was ready. He had intentions.
right.
Yes. So I don't think the other two had intentions.
No,
I mean,
no.
they had intentions, but they were not pure.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
It was just something cool to do. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I just it wasn't the right intentions, you
mm-hmm.
know.
Yep.
Yeah, I looked everywhere. I couldn't find the bullet points for Tremaine, but we got the bullet points for James and Nate, and but we know the bullet points for Tremaine. So James is 42, never married, no kids. He's an attorney and a food entrepreneur. He has seasoning, right, or sauce, barbecue sauce.
Ooh, I think it's sauces, I think.
He's sauces, no children. He's a Christian.
Okay.
Nate, divorced, federal government director,
Mm-hmm.
2 children. Oh, so he is 20 and 30. That's
Yeah.
why, of course, he doesn't want any children like that are in there. They need to be on their way to college.
Listen, I get it.
Yeah,
Get it. My son is 25 and my daughter is 19, getting ready to start her sophomore year in college. So I wouldn't want to, date someone who's got a child in middle school.
right.
You
It
know,
does.
like I'm past that stage.
Now, Tremaine, and we're going to show you a picture of Tremaine in a second, but Tremaine, he has 4 kids as well,
Mhm.
divorced. I think he's late 40s, and he's an IT guy
Yeah.
and super creative as well, but and just quirky. He's a
Yeah.
quirky,
Just
mhm,
quirky.
quirky guy. So see, I knew it. I knew that I had gone out of sequence, but
That's okay.
that's okay. I actually kind of want to save them for last show, but we're gonna start with Tremaine. So this is Tremaine
Mm-hmm.
and Sharita. Now, their dates are a scavenger hunt. Their first date is a scavenger hunt, a get to know you scavenger hunt, and I
Yes.
loved it.
Yeah.
So, what did you think? So, the first thing they went to was something from their childhood. So, what did you think of Tremaine's what he brought?
The poster,
Hmm.
I thought that was very special. I mean, that he kept it and sign next to his name or whatever. He went to a private school with 400 students, and out of the 400 students, there were only 3 African American students,
African American students.
and that just speaks volumes. Like, I don't know. It's just like, wow, really? 400?
And in Texas, in Texas.
Hmm.
That says a lot about him, though.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as he said, he's an IT guy. He calls himself a nerd, but it just says a lot about him. And I'm just very interested. I mean, and I also wanted to make sure and get this board in the back. Like, he's very intelligent, and you can like the intelligence that just and the nerdiness kind of
Yeah.
I feel like it oozes off of him.
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing. It does. It's just spilling out.
Yeah. So later on, this is Sharita. She brought her her picture from her spring concert from high school, and she plays the trombone.
Yeah.
And her and two other young black girls play trombone.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really interesting too.
Yeah, and they're friends to this day.
Yeah, they're friends to this day. They both work for the FAA.
Yeah, well, she doesn't work for the FAA anymore, but
Like,
in a different life.
in a different life, as she was
Yeah,
air traffic controller, and he actually
yeah,
said that he was very close to becoming an air traffic controller. I
right.
absolutely see that he could have done that.
Yeah.
And then
And they're both ex-military.
yeah, now he's as an army as well. They just said military.
They just said military.
Okay,
I know Nate was specific when he said he was
army.
Army. Yeah.
It's army. Okay, so one thing I like about Sarita, I like a lot of stuff about Sarita because she's super creative, and like I said,
Mhm.
her style is just on point.
Yeah.
But she is very outspoken. I just love how outspoken she was.
Yes.
So the next part of the scavenger hunt that they did was bring something from your last vacation. She went to Las Vegas and she said she likes the nature part of Las Vegas. Now, when I've gone to Las Vegas,
I saw nothing nature about it.
I did.
I mean, I saw a couple of flamingos, but
That's it. I was like, where did she? And I was like really intrigued. Like, where did you go in
where did
Vegas?
you find the nature? Where in Vegas?
Sure. So, and then he went to Miami
Mm,
and he put on this hat.
that hat.
And I did not mind the hat, but she said, okay.
But it's a vacation hat.
Right.
Like, don't if we going out on a date, don't pick me up wearing that hat.
Ex-
Because on vacation, you're supposed to
Mhm.
you can wear the fun things and loud and like I bought something today. Do you mind if I show it?
No, absolutely. Go ahead.
Like, I don't know where I would wear this. I like it, but I'm going to wear it
Yeah. On vacation.
in the Dominican Republic.
There you go. But it's only for your Dominican Republic dress.
That's
Or
it.
it's a sundress for
My
here. And,
vacation.
you're not going out to dinner. But also I felt like um it showed that she's interested in going out on a date with him. It showed like purpose for the next steps with him.
Right.
Well, I thought I got that
Yeah.
impression.
Yeah.
And also the way you talk to people, or the way she let him know, I don't like that hat. She said, "Do you like that hat?"
I mean, because if you like it, that's fine. However, that only wear that in Florida.
No, Tawana said, "However, comma,
Yes, however,
comma, that's not it. That's not it." So, and honestly, he picked it up. He
Yeah.
knows, and he
Yeah.
said, "Okay, I'll
Okay.
take that off."
Okay.
And so the body language expert picked up on that immediately.
Yeah.
Said, "Did you see
Yep.
her eyebrows?"
Yes.
I loved the fact that she was so honest with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, you have to be,
Mhm.
right? If you expect to get anything out of this, right?
Mhm.
Even if it doesn't turn into a Robert and Bria situation, at least you can have a friend.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who
At
may
least,
turn out to be a very cool individual.
at least you can have a friend. You can have somebody that you can hang out with, and you're honest. But on the first date, I was just like, okay, I like that, Sarita. The way she said it, she was like, okay,
Mhm.
that's your vacation hat. That's cool. But when we go out to dinner,
Do not.
do not,
That's all that needs to be said. Do not.
do not, don't do it. Don't do it. I loved it. I loved it. I'm checking my mic, y'all. I'm just checking. 1 second. My apologies. Okay, so let's go to the next people. I actually am going to go back. Whew.
Yeah.
You start. This is Nate and Chandra. Chandra,
Chandra. Yes. Chandra.
what do you think? Are you muted?
No, can you hear me?
Hold on one second. Hold on. That's me. See, y'all?
It's you.
Okay, can you hear now? Try it
Can
now.
you hear me?
Yes, perfect. Okay, that
Okay.
was my fault, y'all. So go. So you start. What did you think of this Nate and Chandra date?
Well, you could clearly see that they were nervous.
Yo, let's start with that. Okay, so I love the fact that they were honest as well, but he
Mhm.
turned on some music and he said, let's dance it out.
Let's
Let's,
chair dance.
let's
Yeah.
dance.
Right? Because for a brief moment, they were just sitting there looking at each other like, what do we do?
What do we do?
You
Like,
know?
you know,
Right? Because I've never signed up on dating apps, so I don't know what the etiquette is and like how you go about, matching with someone or meeting up. But I mean, even if you like, let's say you meet somebody, if you're at a cookout or whatever, or a party, and you exchange numbers, there's a period where you talk on the phone
right.
for a couple of days, maybe even a week or two before you decide, oh, okay, well, let's go out.
That get to
Right?
know you period. Mm-hmm.
Here, you don't have that, but it's virtual, so you're not like physically together.
Right.
So I mean, I guess it's just something new. It
Mm-hmm.
is new because I think I would feel the same way.
Yeah, I would, it's just a little awkward. You're just a little awkward.
Yeah.
I'm pretty personable and I just like say hi and shake people's hand, but still this is a date and
Yeah.
know this person and everything. And what you just reminded me of that I want to bring up is they're the only couple that did not slide into each other's DMs, that did not get the number, that did not do that behind the scenes conversation. You just reminded me of that. So,
Right. So I think now, correct me if I'm wrong. I think she was hoping to get matched up with Nate,
mhm,
or she was excited, but I don't think it was mutual on his part.
right.
I think he was hoping to get matched up with someone else because I think when two people are excited to meet each other, um, I think the nervousness is not there as much.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like you could clearly see the awkwardness.
you could. And you know what? Bria said that. Bria, who's
Mm-hmm.
the season one success story, she
Mm-hmm.
said that. She said when I saw how excited he was to meet me, and then we had our first date, that I could relax. I didn't have to
Yeah.
be so nervous and so worried and so scared. But when it's not mutual, there's that nervousness. You're
Yeah.
absolutely
That
right.
awkwardness. Absolutely.
So his first, and she brought out two things. So from the childhood,
Yeah. The
the keys.
the picture, his picture. I mean, Chandra, she brought out the picture frame with the
Her
her
booties.
bronze baby booties
Right.
and the microphone because she loved to sing, right? She used to be part of the choir in
Mhm.
church and then the school chorus. And then the picture of her on the Disney cruise.
On the Disney cruise. So with the scavenger hunt, you're supposed to bring something from the last vacation you went on, something from your childhood, and we're gonna get all of the scavenger hunt um, ideas from Melissa's page because I thought it was great. I said for a first date like
Yeah,
absolutely get
that's
to know
fun.
you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's just deep dive, get to know you type of stuff. So it brings on more conversation, right? But her with this Disney cruise, I thought it was so cute. She's like, I'm a kid at heart, and she actually, and I didn't have to get a picture of it, but she had the Minnie Mouse
Yes.
ears
Mm-hmm.
and the whole thing. So he had the keys from his grandfather, and on the key set was a P-38 can opener when he was going into the army.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his grandfather was in the Vietnam War.
right,
Yeah. So and he still had that, and he said that his grandfather was proud of him and wanted to pass something along to him, for making the decision to go into the military. So, and that I believe that was the only thing that his grandfather kept
right.
from his memories of being in the service. So, you know,
And I'm not knocking him for the because my father and stepfather are old military,
mhm.
retired military, excuse me, and but at the same time, and then he's a he's a what's his fraternity?
Omega Sci-Fi.
Okay, he's an Omega. So very disciplined,
Hmm.
but at the same time, I just don't think he was as excited as she was. So
Right.
we're gonna leave it there. So
Hmm.
something from the last vacation he went on, y'all. He went to a nude beach, and that's those shorts is all he wore, and some tinted blue shades,
Mm-mm.
and that's all he wore. And honestly, I think this is his bucket list type of stuff because he has a 30-year-old and a 20-year-old,
Yeah.
and he said like, this was on my bucket list to do.
So I think in his mind, and I think a lot of adults who have adult children, and now it's my time.
Right.
Now it's my time to do the things that I want to do. I'm going to do the vacations. I'm going to do the excursions. I'm going to go, just do everything that I wanted to do, but couldn't do because I'm raising my kids.
Right.
I understand.
I
I
get
don't,
it.
I don't know if I'm going to a nude beach, but there are some things that I'm going to do.
Right. Okay. So the look on her face was like, oh. And he said, I went to a beach and I had a good time.
Yeah.
And hmm, okay. But also, Melissa had a point. She said, I think he did that to get a reaction out of her, like partially, of course, to play along with what he was supposed to do. But
Right.
he also did that to see what kind of reaction if she would want to come next time and join. Like he was trying to he wanted to see, some people test you a little bit.
Yeah.
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 I think that was kind of a test. Like I'm gonna put it out there. This is what I did.
Yeah.
So yep.
No
Um,
judgment, Nate.
what'd you say?
No judgment, Nate. I'm not judging.
No, I'm not judging at all. No, I'm not judging at all. Dude, listen, Nate, I get it. Do you, like you said, this is the next season of my life. This is what I'm about
Yeah,
to do. Mm-hmm.
I get it.
But I don't know if they're the right couple for each other, but yeah, no judgment. And now let's get to this couple right here. Y'all, you see the pictures are all different because I said we can talk all day about this one.
Yes. Yes.
This man, like, talk about intention.
Yes.
She said, "Bring me James." She said, hashtag bring me James. That's just all over
That's
Instagram
who
right
she wants. She don't care about nobody else.
now. She
I
said,
want.
"Okay, he's a big teddy bear. He looks good.
Mhm.
He did, She was like, "Bring me James." This cheesing picture was right. Like there were more pictures, y'all. They were just cheesing.
Yes.
I loved it. She said, "Bring me James."
They
So
actually seem to have a good time on this date.
yes,
Like for me, I don't feel like there was any awkwardness.
hmm
And if there was, you really couldn't tell because their excitement to see each other just overshadowed it.
yeah. I think she's a little goofy. I think that so her first thing that she brought out, y'all, and I don't have a picture of it, is a Ziploc bag full of Kool-Aid. And I was like, and I knew it wasn't any kind of foreign substance. Go ahead.
Do we know it was Kool-Aid? Well, no,
I
I know she said like as a kid, right? Because when
Right.
she pointed out, I was like, "Is that a bag of sugar?"
I thought it was sugar or something. I was like, it's not.
Yeah. So I think the backstory as to why she put it in the Ziploc is because when she was a kid, she always had Kool-Aid, and the kids were like, "Oh, I want some, whatever." And can I have some of your Kool-Aid? And no. So she would buy them and then sell them.
Which I love. That's enterprising. That's just like
Yes.
this crystal. That is absolutely like this crystal. She would sell them for like 25 cents or 50 cents. The amount of times I said to my mom during what's it called Black Friday, I said, we need to come out here at 4 a.m. and get hot chocolate for all these people and, and,
There you go.
and sell them and sell hot chocolate and
There you
donuts. We need
go.
to. I was always that person. I was always that little kid.
Yep.
All these people want to stand in line. Listen, buy hot
Yeah.
chocolate and donuts while you standing there. I was always that kid, so I
Mhm.
get it. But she was she was a little goofy. That part was goofy, but it was
Yeah.
so cute.
Yeah.
From his childhood, he had the black belt. He's a
Yes.
black belt in like Taekwondo. He's black, and the reason why he became a black belt is he was ever like three different style of martial arts that they studied at this school. His mother was a teacher, and his mother was like, if you're a good kid, she liked you. If you're a bad kid, she didn't like you. And so he started to get bullied in school and started to take Taekwondo.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's got a black belt in Taekwondo, and there's another one, something blue.
We'll get it for y'all next time. We'll get it for y'all next time.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last vacation they went on, where did she go? Was it Miami? Where did she go with the alligator?
No, New Orleans,
New Orleans, that's
Louisiana.
right.
Uh-huh.
She'd never been to New Orleans, and they
Yeah.
had baby alligators and everything, and so that's her holding a baby alligator.
Yeah.
And then he went to where did he go? I don't
Was it Italy?
I know that is a bottle of port,
Yeah.
and I loved that because there were so many things that he mirrored Robert
Mm-hmm.
from season one.
Right. Right.
That was so cool that he had that big bottle of port and
Yes.
Robert had that big bottle of port. I was like, okay, I was like, talk
Yes.
about intention.
Yeah.
Um, but I want to go back a little bit. Uh, so he said he slid into her DMs, but it was a little difficult for him. And he had his whole family and friends
Yes.
watching her.
Yes.
So talk about that a little bit. Her page is private.
Right. And she
And
doesn't accept many friend requests.
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
everybody was trying to have her accept their friend request, and she wouldn't. And she finally accepted his.
Right.
And so um, she talked about the scavenger hunt, and he said, "Well, I actually have some homework for you."
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "We're not supposed to see each other. We're not supposed to know where each other lives. But can you give me a city next to you?" And he had these beautiful roses delivered to her. I mean,
No,
that she
no.
could pick up.
She had to go pick them up.
She
Yes.
could go pick them up. I was like, "That's nice. Talk about."
That is nice. Like I would have melted. I'd have been like, he's the guy. He's
Yeah,
the one.
he's the one. He's the one. And she said, "I'm here." And she said, "Bring me bring me James, bring me James. And
Yes.
I'm here for you." So
And
he delivered.
yep.
I love
That was
there's
sweet.
when you see it before it happens, I just love that. I
Yeah.
just yeah. So I don't know. Does she have kids? I feel like she has one now. I don't know. I'm
Hmm.
gonna find out. We're gonna have to find out about that, y'all. We're going to because I know that he doesn't. I know that he's never been married, no kids.
Right. I don't know if she has kids.
Right, because Melissa was calling him a unicorn. So let's go back because so next episode they're gonna finish up with the they're gonna finish up with the body language coach, and Robert and Bria. They're going to finish up with the scavenger hunt,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to go through more of the scavenger hunt. Um, I'm hoping that it'll go well for all three couples.
I hope so too.
I hope so too. I just really hope that I just hope it goes well. I just hope it's fun.
Mhm.
I hope that they have great conversation and
Yeah.
everything. So, what are your predictions for this season? I mean, we got
Let's see. So, what I'm hoping is that if nothing else, they have found a good friend. You know what I mean? Like someone that an acquaintance, maybe nothing romantically, but hey, let's hang out every now and then or whatever.
right.
Yeah.
I'm actually I agree with you. If nothing else, that they learn something from each other,
Mm-hmm.
and they are open to the process, and
Right.
yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Um, I'm gonna say I don't think that this couple right here is gonna be a love match. I love them both separately, but I just don't think they're gonna be a love.
Yeah. And like I said, I had a hard time picking for Nate. Like I personally, I just don't think any of them were a good match for him.
I
And
agree.
because some of them had the younger kids, which he
Mhm,
wasn't looking for.
mhm. And I
Um,
think he said he's spiritual, not religious.
right.
It was like there were just too many things. There were just too
Hmm.
many things. There was another guy, and maybe we'll go back and look. There was a guy that when he did his conversation that with Melissa, he was on a cruise. I liked him. There was a couple of other guys that I was hoping,
Yeah.
yeah, that I was like, huh. But you never know. You never know. So, but also with this show, you do have the option to reach out to Melissa after you see the other couples, after you see the other
Uh-huh.
ladies, after the guys see the other ladies, and after the ladies see the other guys. If
Right.
there is somebody that you want to talk to, you have that option to do so. So that also happened on her show as well. So I love that. I love, hey, you got to shoot your shot. You got
Yeah.
to chance.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a success. I'm just going to call it.
I want it to be a success. I
Mhm.
mean, he seems genuine.
There you go.
He seems genuine, but people also thought the same thing about Walter.
True.
But I mean, I don't get that vibe from him. I
I
think,
don't get that vibe from him. I feel like Walter had to grow on people, and then, but he also, he started oozing charisma, and he
right.
says a lot of the great things, and
Hmm.
the amount of compliments when a man just compliments you right out the bat, and like he said, Your Highness, like he was,
Yes.
but it was genuine. It wasn't like
Yeah.
he was just
Trying
trying to
to put on some moves or
right.
trying to spit game.
Exactly. And last but not, I actually want to go to them. I actually think this might work, but they're gonna be slow to. It's gonna be a slow rev up the hill. They got both have they got a hill to climb.
Yeah.
But they're both very intelligent, and he doesn't have any facial expressions. Like people tell me all the time that the facial expressions, Crystal, you and your facial expressions, and I'm like, I can't tell if he's excited.
Right. Right.
I can't tell. Like, is he happy? Is he like what? So I think that he does, but I think that's just his. That's just how he was raised. That's his intelligence. I just don't think that that's just his persona. So it's hard to know right away. So he's got to.
Right.
Hmm. Um, but they might work. They might work, but
It might work.
they might work because they're both creative, but also intelligent.
Hmm.
It might I don't know. They're the ones. It's going to be definitely. I feel like this is one and a half.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's one and a half.
Yeah.
So y'all, I think we got everybody out. James was a complimentary.
Yeah.
It's one and a half, y'all. One and a half. This is our hat. We're not sure positive about this one, but James and Crystal, we gonna predict. We gonna predict. I keep going back.
Yeah.
We gonna predict this is a slam dunk. This
Yeah. Just put a heart right over their picture.
Oh, that picture. Yep, this is a slam dunk. This is over her picture right here, over this smile right here, and then this like,
Hmm.
look at that, look at that. He's looking at,
Yeah. Like they were both smiling the whole time, like genuinely engaged.
yes, it
Yeah.
genuinely engaged and wanted to hear about their history and their backstory. They were genuinely really wanted to get to know each other. He said, "I'm wearing all black because it's serious business," and
Hmm.
I said, "Oh, this is
Okay.
okay." But thank you so much, y'all. Thank you so much, Tawana.
Oh,
Y'all,
you're welcome. This
we're
was
gonna
fun.
be back next week. I think this was fun. We're gonna keep going with this. I love this. Yeah, we'll talk about going live next time, but we just wanted to give you guys a taste of season 2, and we'll see you next time.